It's Craig Metrowich from videocelebritynews.com, and today we're doing the in-depth interview with a motocross coach, a guy that's fanatical about motocross, and we've done a Facebook live feed, so you can also go and look at the Facebook page. It's Facebook.com/Metrowich, and you can watch this video on Video Celebrity News as well as the YouTube channel. Right, let's get into the interview. Dean, so get a bit closer. Let's just show everybody what you're up to. Where we are. We're on a lacquer spot on a Friday together. Hey, there we go. We're in his retail outlet. Yeah, I'm going to stop here before I get dizzy. Yeah. Dean, where are we? We're at June.
Zone 7.
Zone 7.
That's where we are.
Zone 7. Zone 7, what are the facilities here? Run us through it. We're not in a rush with this interview. We had a little bit of chat earlier on about you and the business. So I want you just to go through some of the facilities here. Why would I want to come here? If I am into motocross, what are the benefits? Question, what are the benefits of coming out here?
Well, it's a one-stop shop if you're into motorcycling, obviously off-road motorcycling. So it caters for all ages, for your little 4, 5, 6-year-olds who have got small bikes. There's a small dedicated track for those guys. There's a dedicated 7 or 8 kilometer enduro loop, which has got different terrain.
That sounds long. Is that long? Is that normal standard?
It's average. You know, guys that race off roads and enduros, they do 50, 100 kilometer laps. That is short, I suppose.
Okay.
But it's very safe environment. If something does happen, it's not too difficult to come and help you. And there's obviously the motocross track, which was here, started in 2001. And we're expanding to, there's also a supercross track, which is what you see on TV, a stadium supercross.
Oh, brilliant.
It's a supercross track. And we're also going to be expanding into adventure bike riding. So I'm going to be doing some adventure bike training. I'll be building some small
that sounds like good fun. Give me an idea of what does that mean format-wise? You all get to a place, offload your bikes. It's a cruise versus a race, visiting places, scenic places. Yes, no?
Well, listen, you've got a dedicated enduro loop here. So from here, this can be your base. If you want to park your bike and go off for a long trail ride, you can leave the facility.
That is cool, isn't it? Normally you might have to drive out to a place, offload the bikes, and then go for it. Whereas you can go literally from here.
It's a safe environment. There's a full facility here. There's catering services. There's a shower facility. There's toilets. There's a place to park your car. It's safe. It's looked after.
And I must say, just about it's very scenic. So what we'll do a little bit later is we're gonna do a little walk around outside so you can see the track. And right now we're in the retail facility. Just my role, my business coach, inspirational speaker, and the reason why we created videocelebritynews.com is I was sick and tired of the bad news and the negative news, which there is. It is a reality. But we all have a choice. Do we want to be part of the bad news continually, or do we want to be part of the light? And Video Celebrity News is created to interview guys like Dean, and I've got another 20 interviews lined up, so you must watch this channel. My point being, it's great to see the passion in this guy for his sport, which is now also his business, and the difference he's making to a lot of people's lives by getting him into such a good sport. Let's talk about the kids. I really want to touch on that. Being a parent, what's in it for the parents as a dad? I know there's money involved. They've got to buy all the kits. Talk to me about that.
Listen, any sport's going to cost you some money, but like I said to you, every little kid or every little boy wants a motorbike, as far as I know. They first want a soccer ball, then
hang on, but some of us big boys, we don't become, we don't get out of that. We still want all the toys. I get it. Yeah.
It's a very unique skill to have. You'll use it if you're a young kid starting to ride a bike. You'll use it if you're going to drive a car one day.
Right.
If you're ever going to ride a bike on the road one day, you're going to learn and develop some amazing skills that could save your life, actually. So besides that, it's like any sport. You can express yourself.
Yeah.
You will learn a lot. You'll have fun. Obviously, there's jumps that you can do, and I suppose that's what catches a young kid's attention and love is the fact that you've got the freedom, and you've got little jumps, and you've got berms, and you've got all kinds of things that you're kind of going into your own little world in a way.
And also it's also about utilizing your energy in a healthy way. Your mental energy, as in the adrenaline rush of doing a sport like this. I know when I'm doing my extreme sports like windsurfing, doing a mega forward loop, end over end, what they call a stall loop, killer loop. You can see that video action on the videocelebritynews.com. My point being, it's an amazing rush. When I get off the ocean, that buzz lasts for a few days. It's not like, oh, that's it. You'll often think about that particular maneuver you did. And I can see for the participants in the sport, it's a great buzz. And it's a healthy buzz. It's a healthy addiction, am I right? Is that the right comment?
Very much so. It's a healthy addiction. After you've done the sport, I can guarantee you, well, listen, if you do it, you know it. But if you don't do it, when you finish riding an off-road motorcycle, that afternoon, that night when you lie in your bed, that's what you're going to think of. You're going to replay it in your head.
I'm going to just walk back a bit. Follow me through. We're not going to... don't want to edit or cut. That's part of my strategy with this. So I'm just going to check here. So here's a bike in the background. Okay, Dean, just if you can just go through here. Show me some of the... What are the features of the kit? So Craig, listen, we have to have these type of shocks. What are the type of things we have to have? I'm putting you in it if you can go and you can show us.
Well, okay, I mean, an off-road motorcycle basically has suspension that can accommodate
so let's go in here.
That will accommodate the bumps and the sand and the jumps. So down here we got the front forks,
got it.
which is quite a bit of travel, which can absorb huge jumps if you want to do big jumps. It's got a rear shock as well on this side over here, which you can't really see.
Okay. Turn away in there. Yeah. Right. Oh yeah, I can see it. Right. Let's get in a little bit closer. And, fantastic.
And off-road, and they've got strong wheels which can absorb the jumps or the sand or the mud over there.
Go into that there. I'll go lower.
And they've got special type tires over here, which won't slide on top of the sand. They'll give you grip. It's almost like if you were going to ride on snow, you'd have spikes on your tires. So riding on the off-road,
let's just do a little bit of walk around. So you can all see this awesome kit.
No, they're great looking bikes. I mean, the off-road bikes, they look amazing.
All right, so also I can see you're doing upgrades and parts and componentry. Right, let me just do that quickly so everybody can see what we're up to. Lots of fun on this. Definitely lots of fun for a Friday. Right, let's get back to the interview. So, Dean, I'm more interested around now the mindset of champions. I mean, videocelebritynews.com, I said we're going to do celebrities will be on, but I also want to celebrate some of the champions. What do they do? How do they shine? How do they get to the top in their game? So let's talk about the mindset, because business mindset, winning mindset, there's similarities, i.e., here's my statement, you got to fall a hell of a lot in life and in business, and then get up and try again and try again. And you only become a champion entrepreneur, and you only become a champion business person, right, when you get up again and 100%, try again. 100%. So if we can now address my question being, what is the mindset that it takes for you to produce a champion? So take us through a scenario of a young guy, comes in here with mom and dad, thinks he's got the talent. What is your program? What is your process to get somebody from a total beginner amateur through to being a champ?
There's a whole lot of variables, and I mean it's you can't just be someone that's extremely talented at riding a motorcycle. You have to be able to, like you say, take the knocks. You need a winning team around you, and that's parents, can be sponsors, your machinery. So it's a whole combination that you can't get too frustrated when things don't go your way. You have to obviously love it and want to do it more than anything.
Right.
And it must be your passion. And so the combination is what's important. You have to have a work ethic. If you're racing bikes and you have very little talent, when I say talent compared to maybe some of the other guys, but you have a very, very high work ethic, that you're willing to put the work in and go the extra mile, you're going to beat that rider with more talent, guaranteed. If that's a rider that doesn't work as hard as you.
So, okay, let me bring in the business elements to what I see in it. It's that tenacity, drive, enthusiasm, energy, that can do, don't give up, try again. It's the passion around the sport. There's a lot of things in life. I mean, I'm 51 years young, note, and for 13 years, I've been professionally doing a lot of presentations. And some of them I think, why am I doing this? But then I go, but hang on, I know why I'm doing this. This is part of the calling. And same with sport. You can't go into sport to become a world champion unless within yourself you're going, I need your motivation, right? I need your coaching. And by the way, these people that say you don't need motivation, sorry, then you've never been through a really, really, really tough time in your life. Because when you're down and out, you might need somebody like this to come and say, hey, you didn't win the last race. In actual fact, you wiped out. Okay, you've got the raw talent. I believe in you. Get up, try again. That's the motivation side. Here's the inspiration side. The inspiration is when I go, hey, thanks for coaching me. Thanks for mentoring me. Thanks for making a difference. Not only am I motivated, inspired, energized, and excited, but I'm so fired up that I'm going to now go and I'm going to motivate the next person, energize the next person, coach the next person, and uplift the next person. So motivation, inspiration, and energy, okay, to me are still X factors to getting people to shine. However, I am an inspirational speaker, not a motivational speaker. Now, the difference, I need to clarify that so you know. I believe you're an inspirational guy. I'll tell you why. Yeah, pleasure. Is because you can do motivation from a theory point of view, and there's nothing wrong with that. So there's a difference between training. You can train a person based on the theory of whatever. The difference is, to be a great coach, and I believe you're a great MX coach, is you have to have walked that path. Right? Sat on the bike, fallen, gone through the mud, huh?
Succeeded and failed.
Exactly. And that's where I see the difference between, let's say, a motivational speaker in my case and an inspirational speaker. Motivational is a label they call us. Inspirational means, have you run a business? Yes or no? Done. Have you failed and fallen? Done. Have you got up? Done. Are you getting up higher? Did you like this?
True. Very true.
Yeah. Yes. Have you tried many different ways? Yes. So that's the practical reality of it. Okay, let's get back to the next question I've got around the people element. You make a difference to people, they go, they win the championship. What next? Do they become good people? Do they make a difference in society? What have you seen? Have you got any example of somebody that you mentioned earlier on in the live interview, like a guy that was in his 60s, if I remember correctly? I mean, that's pretty amazing. So give us an example of that. Inspire us all now. Don't motivate us. Inspire means share something real and exciting and tangible that you've been part of that path.
I suppose I will refer back to my coaching. There's been youngsters that I've coached that I've traveled a long road with, and there's from young age, there's some riders that I started coaching at 6, and they're now 15 years old, and I've been coaching them every week for those last 7 years, and they've achieved not just at the riding, but in life and in school. And I believe I've actually received some emails from some of my students' parents thanking me, and one of the things I'll never forget was one of the emails I received from a parent was, they said, you have been a profound influence in my child's life, which took me back a little bit because I didn't realize I was making that influence. But I always bring the fun aspect to coaching, and I do get a little bit crazy sometimes. But
hang on, you've got to be a little bit. So, you've got to be a little bit crazy to jump. How many feet in the air, go across a double jump, and still make it?
Sure, but I believe I make a positive impact, and a lot of kids even confide in me, and they actually look forward to their coaching, not just from a riding point of view, but from, I suppose, they see me as a friend, maybe. Yeah. And and I help them, I suppose, in other aspects besides just riding a bike.
Okay, so here's our wrap up. So, Dean, does your job and your passion now make a difference to people? Do you feel that?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I do.
So that's the wrap up. My name is Craig Metrowich. We're here on purpose, with a purpose, to inspire, energize, and excite you. Presenting for videocelebritynews.com. Go big, go higher, enjoy the thrill of life, eliminate the negativity, be the light, and shine the love.